Well, you've got some news just in, and police forensics are still on the scene of this morning's shooting of a police officer in Bishop Lavis. Unconfirmed reports from some eyewitnesses say the senior police officer who worked in the Firearms and Liquor unit of SAPS was shot on his driveway as he was pulling out. Now, SABC reporter Carmel Loggenberg joins us now live. Carmen, very good morning to you. What are you learning at this time?
Yes, good morning, Blaine. Currently, we are at the scene, as you can see behind me. Now, what we have managed to confirm was that this Lieutenant Colonel, as you rightfully said earlier, worked with Provincial Firearm, Liquor and Second-Hand Goods Unit. We also have confirmed that he was shot while leaving his house this morning at about 10 to 7, and he was shot in his driveway in Bishop Lavis. We've also managed to confirm at the time of the shooting he was actually on leave, and he was currently on his way to a friend to go take the friend to hospital.
So what are police saying? What's the possible motive here?
Well, as you can imagine, it's still early on in the morning. As I said, this incident took place about 10 to 7 this morning. So quite a heavy police contingent on the scene at the moment. We also do have members of the anti-gang unit that are here. As we still stand here, the body of the Lieutenant Colonel is still on scene, and he's still currently in his car, in his driveway. We've managed to speak to some of the community members in the area, and they have said that he was a loved person in the community. He was a giving person in the community, and he really reached out to many people who were in need. Many of the community members here say that they just don't understand why something like this would happen to someone with such a good heart and such a big heart, and did so much for the people living in the area of Bishop Lavis and the surroundings.
What are eyewitnesses saying, Carmel?
Many of the eyewitnesses that we have spoken to, I mean, if I can just paint a picture, we are standing in Bishop Lavis, and it is an area known for gang violence and is heavily affected by gang violence in the area. Some of the people that we have managed to speak to don't want to go on camera and don't want to have their names being put out there. But what we have managed to ascertain by some people that have lived close by is that they didn't see much, but they did hear gunshots. This did take place at about 10 to 7 this morning. And what's actually quite worrying about this type of incident is that the house where the shooting took place is a mere few meters away from a school. So as you can imagine, it is quite a busy area. It's also close to the Bishop Lavis court, and also it's quite a built-up area. Across the way from where the shooting took place, there is a train station. People were leaving in the morning to go to work. So at the time of the shooting, there seemed to have been quite busy activity. People on their way to work, people on their way to the train station, and also just down the road we had children that were attending school.
Look, Carmel, I understand that investigations are still continuing. It's still early. Details are sketchy, but we understand the police officer was working for a unit, the Firearms and Liquor unit. What's the talk on the ground? Is this any way related to his work?
Yeah. Well, that is still difficult to ascertain at the moment. As you rightfully said, he did work for the Provincial Firearm, Liquor and Second-Hand Goods Unit. I mean, there are talks, and this is unconfirmed reports of why something like this would happen. But I mean, it does beg the question. We've got several members of the anti-gang unit here on the scene. So that could maybe look at different areas and different aspects of the shooting.
Talk to us about who was present at home when this occurred.
What we do understand is that the officer was living at home, as you rightfully said earlier. We do understand that from what we have managed to confirm is that he wasn't married and he didn't have any children. At this point in time, we haven't seen any members or family members at least come out. We do understand that police are also in the house. So those type of details will come out much later. We are expected to do an interview with the police later today as more details do come through during the course of the morning and during the course of the afternoon. As you can imagine, it will be quite some time that the police will be here. As I earlier said, the body is still on the scene, and they are obviously combing the area, doing certain investigations. The anti-gang unit has been coming and going. So it will take some time as to ascertain more details going forward. But we are expected to be here for quite a few hours during the course of the day.
All right, Carmel, stay on the story. We'll try to catch up with you a little later on when further details come to the fore. Appreciate your reporting. That was Carmel Loggenberg reporting from Bishop Lavis.